morning. This is Faustine Cypress with the weekly topic of discussion, and today I am here with Ms.Veal. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you. I'm Geneva Reed-Veal, the mother of Sandra Bland.
And we are actually at the location where Ms. Bland was arrested. Do you want to talk about why you picked this location in general for the interview?
Absolutely. Right here across the way, you will see a huge banner of Sandy on the tree right here. In that particular spot was where she was thrown down by the officer, kneed in the back. That's where she was assaulted, right there. Okay, so this is very, very, very important to me that we always remember what happened on this road here, which of course now is Sandra Bland Parkway. But I wanted to make sure that when people come down this road, they can see her face, they remember her, and I always point people to that spot.
Right. How did that make you feel to know that it was passed to name this road after her?
Oh man. Well, I'll tell you what, there was nothing else they were going to be able to do. Right. Because I was not going to shut up about it. The former president came to the funeral in Chicago, and the gentleman was sitting in the audience, and I'm like, okay, you here with your addendum, and you here with your piece of paper, but you know what? You want to impress me? Name that road after her. That's what you do, so that when people come down that road, they will understand what happened there, and it won't happen again. Now, he didn't make any promises. He said he would work on it, and hey, they got it done in 9 months. So God is good.
God is good. People were really shocked because none of us would, thought that it would go through, and they, we hardly ever get what we want. So we were really proud. People were shocked. People had tears of joy, and it really is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
So let's talk about why you're actually at Prairie View today.
Absolutely. I came down last Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to speak to the students on this voting for this jail. Apparently, Waller County Jail, there's a proposal to tear it down. Of course, that is the jail that Sandy died in, and cell 95 in that particular facility. So they are proposing to shut it down, tear it down, and replace it with a $39,500,000 structure. Okay?
How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm here. Okay? And so what I believe is that you cannot take a facility that's already malfunctioning, where you are already not taking care of the people, which is already not at maximum capacity, and double it, okay, increase it, put it in our backyard, and think that is the answer.
It kind of feels like, your intelligence is being assaulted.
Come on. And that is my prime statement. I always say, now you're insulting me. Okay? And so I decided that I wouldn't stay in Chicago and be disgusted with it. I would come here and make the students understand that I'm here because Sandy couldn't be. If Sandy was here now, she would have been voting against that bill. She would be screaming to the highest of highs about it. And at the end of the day, how do you tell me that the new structure that's $39.5 million is going to do anything different than the old structure? So just like you're showing me in these photos, this corruption, this corrosion, these torn up things inside the jail, how about the corrosion in the hearts of the people that are treating the people over there? Okay? How about the racist attitudes that are over there? How about the bigotry that's over there? So you could strip all of what you want to strip out the structure. But if the inside isn't good, what? You wasting money. So if you have $39.5 million, tell you what you do. Why don't you go on this campus over here with the biggest voice, put some money in that housing, okay?
Right.
If you got that kind of money, why don't you go make some extra special scholarships for the folk who need to get in? If you got that kind of money, let's talk about some restoration of families for real.
Yeah.
No, I vote no to your building. Let's talk about people's lives. Let's talk about real lives that need to be restored. You don't need $39.5 for that. No. A $3 million courtroom inside of a $39 million building. What the courtroom gonna do? Raise itself? When the judge walks in and say, all rise, what the courtroom gonna do? Get up and move?
And that's the question that everyone has.
I'm just saying. Okay. And so I tell the students, I say, look, this is where we fall. We say, we ain't gonna win. We not gonna win. So then we don't go show up. Okay? We say, we tried this before. Guess what? Prairie View students got this street renamed. All right? Prairie View students have a voice that stopped a landfill in the back of the Caucasian neighborhood. Okay? And so when I sat in a forum where Judge Trey Duhan, he said it was public. He said, hey, it's got to be in somebody's backyard.
Yeah.
Well, how about I put it in your backyard? Okay? And so for me, when I hear people make those type of statements, it burns me up. And instead of burning things down, or instead of inciting a riot, I will show up, give some commentary, give some advice, and make people understand why it is important that they get out and vote. At the end of the day, Waller County is not my friend, okay? And so the students, when I see you all, I'm so concerned and so compassionate about you all moving to the next step. Sandy's not here,
Right.
okay? So it just feels like I've just gained 9,000 students, and it's my job to come out and make you all understand your voice is so powerful. Your vote is your voice. If you don't say anything, you can't complain about anything. So those students who did not come out and vote, okay, better shut up when they build this thing. You just shut your mouth. Because if you didn't come out and make your voice known, what you gonna say?
And I think that's very important. I think us as individuals, we don't realize how important our voice is.
That's right.
And how important your voice is. Yesterday when you came and spoke to the students, it made such a huge difference. And speaking of such a huge difference, I know you said in one of your previous interviews that you felt like what happened to your daughter would change the world. Do you feel like it's working?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? When I went to London last November, spoke at Oxford. And when you go into a place like that where Malcolm X spoke, where many powerful powerhouses spoke, and your little old self from the west side of Chicago is able to walk into this structure and folk acknowledge your baby. And folk are wearing items with her name on it. It's amazing. Now we're talking about London, and we're talking about Canada, where now there's a huge mural of her on a wall on the outer streets, and it was vandalized. And so the homeless community apparently came out, guarded the property, and the artist came back and redid that whole rendering free of charge. That's very powerful. I have met an officer here in Prairie View who got on the force after Sandy's death because of her heinous treatment. Yeah. So it's she wanted to touch the world. She always said she wanted to be international. And I tell people, before she left here, she said she wanted to come back to the South and help all the blacks who were being done wrong. She always wanted to be on Roland Martin. She wanted to be international, and she wanted to be a student ambassador. All four of those things she got in her death.
I was about to say, I feel like she has accomplished those things in a way.
And I tell people all the time, we have to be so mindful of what we ask for. We didn't tell the Lord how to give it to us.
Right.
So
He
she
works
got
in mysterious ways.
That's right. And that's for me, it is important that I keep her legacy here. And that I make sure that you're going to always remember Sandra. So because this road has been named Sandra Bland Parkway. Actually, you see this address. It is 709 Sandra Bland Parkway. Yeah, get that, girl, get that. Because it's named Sandra Bland Parkway, they have not written a ticket on this road because they don't want to say her name. Well, praise God for the rest of you all that won't get a ticket on Sandra Bland Parkway. you see what I'm talking about?
Right.
And so those are the things that people need to understand. Even with the Sandra Bland Act, when we sat down and I looked at it, oh man, it was on. It was what I wanted. 2 days before the Senate floor, they stripped it and changed so much on it, instituting a now almost a bill that points to mental health. And so at first I was really agitated about it. I said, wait a minute, hold on. No, because that's going to help somebody.
Yeah.
See, she's no longer here. But in her name, somebody else, somewhere, is going to be helped. So to see the changes at the jail, to see that we got everything we asked for and settled for in the so-called suit, it's a beautiful thing. So I wanted to tell the students, you may not get what you want, all of what you want all the time. I don't care if you get a piece of it. I don't care if you get more people that come out this time than they ever have. You don't have to win necessarily. The win is in the fact that you got up and moved. So right now might have not been the timing. And we don't know what God is about to do. We don't know.
Right.
Okay, so just because that passed, shoot, we got a guy in the White House who has no experience. Okay.
That's a different subject for a
That's a
different
whole
day.
different thing. So you can look at that and understand that that thing didn't go the way that a whole lot of folks wanted it to go. But you still have to function. You still have to move forward. You still have to do what you have to do. So life still keeps going on. So when they begin to build this here structure, you have to put yourself in a position as such that you're going to be protected because you know what to do. You see? And the main thing is, I tell all the students, look, if you're right, you ain't got to worry about it. Stop me if you want. Here's my insurance license. Here. What's wrong? And so what I found is the only people that fear the stop may have some issues in the past. They may be driving on you know what I'm talking about. And that's where the fear comes from. And so I always tell people, just try to the best of your ability. You can't be perfect because that was only one Jesus. Try to the best of your ability to make sure that when they pull you over, you can smoke you a cigarette, read a paper, whatever it is you want to do, because your stuff is in order. The key to the thing is stay on top of what you need to stay on. Stop just saying you're awoke and stay woke on what's going on.
Actually do something about it.
That's it.
Well, I think we can all agree that Sandra Bland made a difference.
Yes, she did.
Thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you. Absolutely.
I really appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. Yes.
This is Faustine signing out.
This is Faustine signing out, so her sexy shoulders hanging out. Okay, now.